What's good, Fight Fast Match? K-Bread Boxing.
Beverly Rose Boxing and Entertainment.
Cali Enigma, Boxing and Sports Network.
It's your boy, Sports TV.
Smoke City.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Smoke City, my
Dope.
Smoke City. Smoke City.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Smoke City, my
Dope. Smoke City. We right back in this bitch like we left our key. Yeah,
Smoke City.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Smoke City, my
Dope. Smoke City.
Smoke City.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Smoke City, my
Dope.
What's up with it, family? What's up with it, family? What's the damn deal, man? This is Junior the Truth, man, and this is indeed Smoke City MobCast, man, brought to you by the LDBC. Shout out to the LDBC, man, Lions Den Boxing Community. Be sure to visit the website over at www.ldbcsports.com. Create a profile while you're over there, man. It is absolutely 100% free, man. Salute to the family, man. Salute to the family. I am indeed Junior the Truth, and you can follow me everywhere via social media. I can be found, with the handle Junior the Truth. That's JUNIOR. THETRUTH, and that's over all the social media platforms, man. Each and every one. You can catch me weekdays, 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Punch Junkie Morning Show, sponsored by the Him School Shop, as well as Big Mama Sauce, man. We do stream the show weekdays, 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over at the Junior the Truth mobile app, as well as the Junior the Truth YouTube channel, man. So come check us out, man, and really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all. So salute to everybody. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't say, be sure to come check out the Black Gentleman Grooming Company, man, brought to you by yours truly, Junior the Truth. We do have a line of all natural handcrafted grooming products, specifically with the Black Kings and Queens in mind. So be sure to come check us out, man. www.theblackgent.com. Or you can download the Black Gentleman Grooming Company mobile app, man. Salute to the family. My brother, I Am Ill Will, is in the building. What's going on with you, family?
What's shaking, my boy Junior? What's good with it, family?
Man, it's all chicken but the bone, baby. All chicken but the bone. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Yeah, follow me on here. I Am Ill Will on Twitter. I Am Ill Will on Instagram. I Am Ill Will. As you all know, I am on a quest to conquer 1,000 subscribers. Right now, I am at 900 subscribers. Thank every last one of you who've already subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. I mean it. I do appreciate every last one of y'all. I'm trying to get to this 1,000. I'm going to get to this 1,000 before the end of this month, doggone it. And y'all going to help me do it. Yes, I appreciate every last one of you guys in the LDBC keeping the encouragement going. I appreciate you, Junior, Drew Titan, 78 Sports TV, BFTB, Blue Blood Sports TV. I appreciate every last one of you guys. My panel, Mr. Shelton and G5. I appreciate you, brothers. Man, I just want to shout out everybody who done showed love up to this point. I appreciate every last one of you guys. I want y'all to understand me. I appreciate every last one of you guys who shout out my channel, who come and participate in the chat. I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. It's love, man.
I'm thinking, man, you said like the end of the month, man. I'm thinking like by Monday.
Let's get it then, damn it. Shit.
Yeah, surely we can get 100 subs by Monday. I'm thinking we can get we can set it off tonight and get like a cool 25. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty
let's
sure
go then, damn it.
People in the chat. Well, maybe not. It's only 33 right now. But if you haven't subscribed to my brother, I Am Ill Will, go over and subscribe to him. Put the link in the chat to your page, man. Y'all can go click over and go subscribe real quick and just come right back because you don't want to miss this cooking. You understand what I'm saying? You don't
already.
You don't want to see this, man. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Stormy B, man. Let me see. You should have it, bro. Let me see here. You should have it, my brother. Okay, I'll get it over to you, Stormy. Let me see. Do that right now.
Link up in here right now. There y'all go. I put the link in the chat. For those who want to go over here, you can still stay and still hear the content if you're on a regular PC or a Mac. You can still hear the content. You just go over and click that button real quick and come right back through and hear this good old cooking over here, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. So salute to my brother. I am your Will, man. My brother, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. What's good with you, family?
What's happening with it, Junior? You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. I smell smoke. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to come through. I got in trouble last week, fucking around with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you sent the link still. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try not to be on the shenanigans this week. We're going to try. But there ain't no promises, man.
Hey, man, two things. First thing, man, tell the people how they can follow you, family.
Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, Facebook, Instagram. You know, we got the YouTube channel popping. Just did a live today. I did an interview on Monday with my homies from New Orleans. Yeah, man, go check us out, man. I'm trying my best to do 3 times a week at 4:15 daily, 4:15 Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for me.
Yes, indeed. Second thing, man, I seen that snippet, the intro for the bullshitting on the Beltway. With the goddamn the drone joint with the over the traffic and yeah.
Man, that wasn't even me. I had got somebody to hook that up for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you can't do certain things, but you know somebody that can, you know what I'm saying? You gotta connect them dots, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker was sexy. I looked at that motherfucker. I said, shit, I had to slide back and hey, man, you know what I mean? So y'all be sure to go subscribe. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, got to do that. Make sure y'all come through, man. Come check your boy out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all solid, no shake, man. Y'all be sure to go check out my family. My brother BFTB Boxing in the building. What's up with it?
What it do, cuz?
Man, I'm chilling, family. I'm chilling, man. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Fuck nigga want to get beat the fuck down at. Yeah, listen, bro, the graveyard is always open for niggas that be running their mouth acting like this is where they want to be at. And then they get here and they change their whole tune and shit. Then niggas want to have friendly conversations. Nigga, I ain't friendly, bro. It's just the family I'm friendly with, bro. I ain't fuck with you niggas like that. Y'all know where it's at, man. They know where it's at.
Like literally, though, this nigga literally, bro. Like when we was in a cigar spot and the waitress came over and BFTB was looking at the waitress like, bitch, what you doing here? What the fuck you want? Why are you at the table, bitch? Like, bro, she gotta bring us the shit. You're like, oh, okay, my God. Like this nigga literally ain't friendly, bro. You feel me? He literally ain't friendly. You feel me? Hey man, God, hey man, let's look. All right, man. All right. My brother, stay ready in the building. What's up with the family?
Man, what's going down, man? You know me, like always, just trying to shake the pot and pull a dollar out and put some paint where it at. You know what?
Yes, indeed, man. It's all chicken but the bone. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Man, y'all can find me in the cut like a Band-Aid at Stay Ready Boxing TV, man. Just Google me. I'm gonna pop up. It don't even matter. Just follow all them shits. Every one of them.
Damn. Each and every one of them motherfuckers, man. Yes, indeed. My brother Stormy B, man. What's going on, brother? Stormy, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good with you, man? What's good?
There you go, man. Man, it's all good, man. It's all good. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling all right, but look at this here. Pow! You know what I'm saying? It's like we rocking it, man. We rocking it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I got my t-shirt, bro. You cracking on me last week. I wasn't able to wear it, so I'm like, okay, I got to get it on there. Let you know, Stormy is in full effect as far as supporting. You understand? I'm out here. I'm out here. So, hey, and I'm signed up. I'm ready to, do everything the way it's supposed to be done, and we're going to roll with it, man. I'm feeling good.
Yes, indeed. My brother, man. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Man, everybody can follow me right out here on YouTube. Stormy B-Man is the channel. And we got the Tuesday Tussle, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central. We got the 3 Wise Men of Boxing, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. Friday night chop session, Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. And then on the weekends, we got the post-fight show. Reggie Owens and myself, we do the post-fights after all the fights have wrapped for the evening. So we got a great deal of things going on. And this Saturday also, I got a double bill of In the Eye of the Storm. I got part 2 with Blue Blood Sports TV. We're going to run that about noon And then just after that, we got part 2 with 78 Sports TV for In the Eye of the Storm. So Stormy out here grinding, man. You think I'm just looking like I'm not doing anything, but I'm getting it all in, Junior. It's going down.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Y'all be sure to go subscribe to my brother Stormy B, man. Put that on your list of things to do ASAP. Also, if you have not subscribed to my brother I Am Ill Will, continue to put that link in the chat, man. Go click over and subscribe to his channel, man. It is imperative that we get him over 1,000 so we can be on to the next and figure. I don't even know who's on deck to be over 1,000 next. Okay, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk is on deck next. You feel me? So we're gonna be on. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be on. But I'm gonna come to Ill Will first, man. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna come out of left field with this.
Let's get it.
All right. So this weekend, right? One of the more under publicized fights that's going on, strictly for the hardcores. We have Joe Smith Jr. versus Maxim Vlasov. My question to you is, why is Joe Smith not an American darling? Why is he not an American darling?
Number one, lack of promotion. That's an important part because as I said before, boxers are walking, talking, billboards. They're advertisements. They are essentially, of course, they have promoters, but boxers themselves have the agenda or the ability to market themselves and make themselves known throughout the boxing community. Like, take Deontay Wilder, for instance. For a while, no one knew who Deontay Wilder was, but it was until that he had someone behind him pushing his name, getting his name out there, making people familiar with who he is. And then came the overwhelming support from the people. And that's what really made Deontay Wilder the sensational name that he is now. And in his case, Joe is not being promoted properly throughout the media, throughout hardcore boxing channels, or people who are really hardcore fans. It's not really being pushed, so no one really has any interest in it. So, I mean, that's just really a whole marketing, from a marketing standpoint. It's all failure in marketing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's just flat. And then people hear his name like, who the fuck is that? Like, why is he fighting? And who is he? And what has he done to make me interested in him? He hasn't created an interest in himself. Because the thing about marketing is creating a niche, creating a grasp of an audience that will be interested in seeing what you do or what you specialize in. Take Wilder, for instance. Wilder was specializing in knockouts. Like, when I found out about Wilder, it instantly became like, I gotta watch this fighter. Even though he wasn't saying anything in the media, no one really was promoting Wilder. And as I think he was with Golden Boy before, and he wasn't really being promoted like that. And then when he started betting on himself and getting out there and getting in the media and after his performances in the ring, he started advertising the knockouts and he started coming through with the knockouts. Then he started getting people behind him, pushing his name and his brand. Then boom, he turns into this mega superstar. Now everybody knows who he is. But in his case, unless he does some marketing on his own, that is going to be the way for people to find out and get familiar with who he is. And then that's when he starts drawing the crowd and creating interest in watching his fights. Otherwise, nobody's going to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And people are just going to literally be like, who is this guy and why should I be watching him? Because he hasn't created an interest in making hardcore boxing fans want to be interested in what he's doing and what he has going on and what is his next fight. For instance, failure in marketing. Anthony Joshua, Pulev. No one really gave a shit about Anthony Joshua versus Pulev. Nobody knew about it. It wasn't being promoted. Nobody really cared about it. Probably the only place it was being promoted is in the UK. But the United States is the mecca of boxing, so why not promote it here? I.e. Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford is not being promoted by Top Rank. Top Rank is not promoting him, so therefore there's no interest in watching him fight on pay-per-view, which is the reason why that comes into his pay-per-view numbers. Nobody's going to watch him fight because there's no interest created behind him, and there's no push to put him out there in front of the crowd so that he can advertise what he does. And Joe Smith Jr. could be a knockout artist. He could have stellar skills in the ring. Can be one of the next and up and coming like dynamic fighters, but nobody knows about him So and then what are you stuck with? You know what I'm saying? Then we'll all be here twiddling our thumbs thinking about like, what the fuck, who is this dude? Why should I watch him? Why should I even take my time? Because you can't get back time. Why should I waste my time watching him when I know absolutely nothing about him? And he hadn't gave me an interest in the reason why I should watch him, unless you're a real diehard boxing fan. You know what I mean? That's all I got.
Yes, indeed. That brother went to town on that one. He went to town. My brother Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Same exact question, man. So we have Joe Smith Jr. this weekend. He's fighting in a fight versus Maxim Vlasov, who I'm going to assume is Russian or some sort of Eastern European. All that shit is Russian. So I'm assuming this motherfucker's from Russia, or somewhere over there. And I'm trying to figure out why in the fuck Joe fighting on ESPN. Why isn't Joe Smith Jr. more popular among the American fight fans, bro?
Okay. So we're gonna get the bullshit out the way first. You know what I'm saying? First off, Junior, you know what I'm saying? Joe Smith Jr. versus Maximum Kalishnikov, because he's from over there in Russia, you know what I'm saying, is my favorite type of violence. And what's that? White on white violence. That's right. So this is a big fight, you know what I'm saying? But they're having issues with the promotion of Joe Smith Jr. because of Bob Arum, man. That boy cheap. And he ain't got no money. He's cash poor. Motherfucker out here looking like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? To promote a fighter, it costs money. You know what I'm saying? You got to put money behind them because you believe in them. And Bob Arum ain't putting no money behind nobody. And if you ask him to put some money up for your ass, he gonna shit on you on national TV, YouTube, wherever he can. He gonna take a shit on you. He gonna tell everybody, look what this motherfucker just asked me. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. So fuck around with Bob Arum. And it's sad that it's like that because the whole system is set up for Joe Smith Jr. to win. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He the great white hype. And it ain't no black fighter in the area that motherfucker even try to challenge him.
Fact.
So it looked like it's smooth sailing for him. But that white fan base, yeah, they fuck with MMA. They don't even know who the fuck Joe Smith Jr. is. You know what I'm saying? That shit sell. You here with us. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you're going to have to do more. You're going to have to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Because Arum ain't got your back. It's either that or go across the seas and sign with Gangster, Callahan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Trigger Man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do something. If you ain't doing that and you fucking with the broke guy, you know what I'm saying? Because Arum damn near look like this 24 karat gold, like he one of them people. You know what I'm saying? That's what he sounding like nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The wells run dry at Top Rank. And ain't no motherfucking white fan base for you. So, and we don't like you for what you for knocking B-Hop out the ring. We don't fuck with B-Hop, but we don't like you for that. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's an uphill battle to climb. I'm gonna watch this fight this weekend though. Yeah, believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my favorite type of violence. So I'm gonna definitely be there front and center for that. But as far as the masses, yeah, man, that ship sailed, man. Them white people gone, man.
Yes, indeed. Man, my brother BFTB, man, I've heard you talk about Joe Smith Jr. several times, bro. Give it to me, bro. Why in the fuck is this motherfucker not a household name within the sport of boxing, bro? You on mute, bro.
I said because he's not fighting black people.
Wow.
If there was a special black person that they could hate on in that area, then Joe Smith would probably be the greatest fighter to ever fight. They'd be talking about him fighting Andre Ward and all kinds of shit if there was a black guy up there. If there was a black guy up there that they can use as the villain, oh yeah, Joe Smith would be the man, bro. But I mean, there isn't. So don't nobody give a fuck about him. Just like Arthur Peterviev. There is no black guy up there. So no one gives a fuck. And they start talking about how, oh no, it's always about race and you make it about, I ain't making it about race. Y'all motherfuckers make it viral. Who the fuck was Tyson Fury before Deontay Wilder? He beat Vladimir Klitschko and no one gave a fuck. All of a sudden, he's about to fight Deontay Wilder and signs a $100 million contract. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. Who the fuck is Lomachenko? No one gives a fuck. That's why you can make 1,001 fucking excuses about every fucking thing. His neck, his back, his neck and his back, his shoulders, his thighs, his eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking needs his ears done. Like all kinds of weird ass shit. No one gives a fuck. Don't care at all. If there was a white guy over there, a black guy over there for Joe Smith Jr. or Joe Smith, whatever, the Joe the plumber, Joe the postman, there was a white guy over there. A black guy for him to fight and pummel on, or someone for y'all to hate. If there was an Errol Spence up there, oh, Joe Smith be the man. Joe Smith would be the man. But there is no black guy there. So since there's no black guy there, then Joe Smith is just Joe Smith, a puncher.
Man, hey, he's a punching, construction working. Hey, my brother, Stormy B, man, same exact question, man. Why? I'm especially, come on, bro, because you've been around the sport for a long time. Not a long time. You've been around. You have history watching the sport. Is what I'm trying to say. Why is
Joe been around a long time?
And been around a long time. Why the hell is Joe Smith not an American darling, bro?
Well, this is very interesting that I get to come behind the other brothers, because I want to say this. It's everything that each and every one of them have said thus far, plus this. A few years back, when HBO was promoting this whole ordeal about bringing in these European fighters, right? And that was where they were going. Even though you had guys out there, great guys like Guillermo Rigondeaux, and, they were looking for something else. You had Andre Ward out there. They were looking for something else. They haven't flipped the switch back yet. Okay? They haven't. So a fighter like Joe Smith has been lost under that, because that whole European invasion type thing that they were trying to do, instead of investing in homegrown, regardless of race, homegrown. And the public has lashed back against that. The Anglos, from America domestically, you've lost them, because they didn't take guys like excuse me, Lomachenko and Kovalev and all them to be their people, just because their skin is white. And in the meantime, you have Joe Smith, excuse me, who has a great story. He knocked out B-Hop, ended his career basically. But that came in the midst of when they were still mired in all of the crap about the Europeans. So it's like it has really hurt the brand of the American fighter. Even though they call themselves freezing out the black fighters, they've done damage to U.S. fighters, period. So as BFTB says, people are like, who cares? Even if you're trying to sell it as race against race, people are like, who cares? Because they were so steeped into doing that from people from the outside. They made it like America wasn't important again. And when it comes down to those dollars that are being spent, they're telling you your dollars are no longer important. So you're seeing a backlash on that. Of course, they didn't take the Tyson Fury, right? Now, you look at it, they spent all that money with Tyson Fury, and people are like, boxing is a joke. And as some of the other brothers said, you can go to MMA or whatever. Boxing is now down here as far as the American consideration. It's the true ethnic in America that's still supporting the sport, and that's the Latino audience, that's the black audience. But they've created this tremendous divide by putting people outside of the nation over homegrown. That's what it is. Collectively, all of our responses to this is exactly what it is.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. My brother, the one LVZ in the building. What's up with it, family?
What's up, man? I'm late. I'd seen the damn link. I said, man, damn, I got to go kick it with the family and tell them how boxing is just disgusting nowadays.
That shit is sick, man.
This shit is sick, can't man. Nobody fight that I want to see fight. Now Ugas gonna fight Heath Sherman. I don't want to see Ugas versus Heath Sherman. Why is Heath Sherman still getting a fight? Yes, Heath Sherman. I don't need to pronounce his name right because he's not relevant. Heath Sherman. What's going on, Junior?
Man, you got it, man. Tell the people how they can follow you, bro.
Man, come see me at LVZ NBA Talk. And if I ain't suspended or blocked, you can follow me at Khalid Muhammad on Facebook. I will tell you follow me on Twitter, but I'm banned for life like Donald Trump. Ain't this a bitch?
Hey, man. So we talking about Joe Smith Jr., man. Why is he not an American darling, man, amongst the American fight fans, man? Talk to me, bro.
Because he a white guy who don't fight too much outside of Staten Island. He's known in Staten Island, but and I think because, you know, he's beatable. Normally, I don't know. That's really a good question. Why they don't pump him up? Because I actually like Joe Smith. I think Joe Smith is an enjoyable boxer to actually watch. So, and I mean, come on, man. How can you not sell? The man launched motherfucking Bernard's career right out of the ring. He helped Bernard leave the ring. You saw how he helped him out. That kind of half hook, half a pew. He looked like Ring King. I can always look. I will always like Joe Smith for that. So I don't know why he can't get a good fight, bro. And why he won't get a good look or get the respect he deserves.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man. All right, man. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, man. I agree with everything that the brother said, but this is primarily what it comes down to for me. My brother, Main Event Mark said, "Am I gonna not look like I'm gonna knock off a financial institution?" I said, "Yeah, it could be possibly. I'm gonna scare the Peckerwoods away. Fuck them." Look, man, it's like this. The reason why Joe Smith Jr. is not an American darling, because the American fight fans hate black fighters more than they love white fighters. You understand what I'm saying? The American fight fans, and when I say the American, I'm speaking, I'm not even, we can take out the black and the Mexicans. I'm talking about the white, the WASPs, demographic of fight fans that have kind of been isolated and dominated in the sport up to this point. They are more intentional with hating Negroes than they are with loving the white fighters. Period. Joe Smith Jr., if Joe Smith Jr. were black, he would be in it. We would hold him in the same regard. I'm saying if he black, I like Joe Smith Jr. I'm still gonna watch Joe Smith Jr. You feel me? I think he's very entertaining. I think he's not a by any stretch of the imagination, he gonna give you everything he got. You understand? I think that Joe Smith Jr. is one of the dudes who's taken his skill set and maximized his skill set. He's gotten the best out of his skill set that he probably possibly can. You feel me? He's been in there with championship caliber fighters. Dimitri Bivol, he fought him to a unanimous decision. Sullivan Barrera, they fought him to a unanimous decision. Both of those dudes were two dudes who were supposed to beat Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. got his ass knocked out when he was early on in his career, about his 7th or 8th fight, I think it was. He got his ass beat up and knocked out somewhere in Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? When he was still just he was a Italian stallion or what type motherfucker, and they just beat his ass then. But Joe Smith Jr., I think is an American success story. You feel me? And I believe that ultimately, the Wasp, Wasp fan base is full of shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's similar to what the brother said. Because there's not a black villain in those weight classes or anywhere up there for him to fight and for them to side with, they pay him absolutely zero attention. They would rather spend that attention hating on Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. They would rather spend that attention still hating Floyd Mayweather. They would rather spend that attention doing some old other racist bullshit within the sport instead of promoting Joe Smith Jr. I think Bob Arum is a gaping asshole for not promoting Joe Smith Jr. He should have promoted Joe. He should still be promoting Joe Smith Jr. with all of the intention that he promoted Vasily Lomachenko. With the attention that he's promoting Tyson Fury's cheating ass. He should really truly be promoting Joe Smith Jr. You understand what I'm saying? I think Joe Smith Jr. I think, like I said, I think he's solid. You feel me? I really truly think he's solid. And I think at the end of the day, it just shows you just how full of shit America is, period. Because you have these disenfranchised white fighters who they claim don't really follow the sport because they don't have fighters that look like them and so on and so forth. And then you have Joe Smith Jr., who, if I'm not mistaken, was a champion at one point in time. He had some rendition of a title. He's fighting this weekend for the WBO title at light heavyweight that's vacant. You understand what I'm saying? He had something. He had the WBA title before. Did he? Or nah, he didn't. He had some shit, man. He had the WBC or some shit. Anyway, the motherfucker had a title. Yeah, that fight versus Bernard Hopkins when he knocked his motherfucking ass out the ring was for the WBC, was for a WBC title. It was for Joe Smith's title. So at the end of the day, I just think that this just showcases just how full of shit that population and that demographic of fight fans is. Because at the end of the day, I think Joe Smith Jr., you know what I'm saying? I think he's a decent fighter, and he's somebody that you should be able to be proud to cheer for. He's an action-packed fighter. He's going to give you everything you got. And he's a motherfucker that for a while he was fighting and then had to show up, goddamn for work on Monday morning. You feel me? If you can't respect that, then shit, your whole perspective is whack. In the words of Jay-Z, like your shit off. So it's just America hates niggas more than it loves white boys. The end. You feel me? The absolute end. My brother, I am in Will. I'm coming back to you. So, man. Give me your thoughts on the Mark Breeland interview, man. Mark Breeland went over and he did his interview over in the UK, man, with Tunde and Spencer Furon. It stirred up a hornet's nest of controversy, man. Give me your thoughts on Mark Breeland, man, and his interview, bro.
Mark Breeland made himself look like the biggest hater this side of the Mississippi. Mark Breeland went and made himself. He really cheapened what he brought to the whole Wilder camp. He really did that, and it showed that he had animus and animosity towards Deontay Wilder, even though despite all these new Mark Breeland fans coming out saying justice for Mark Breeland and shit, and they want to talk, why didn't he fire JDs? Why he do this? Why didn't he do that? Wilder has his reasons. That's that man's camp. He runs it the way he wants to, and I'm behind the champ, so I don't give a fuck. And then people, and the shocking thing is that people are trying to use the narrative, the whole, well, Wilder ain't loyal to black men, and he ain't down with the sword like he claimed he is, and he kept the white man but fired the black man. And if you didn't listen to this interview, this man basically said Wilder doesn't train, Wilder doesn't hit the punching bag, the heavy bag, he doesn't jump rope, and all this other weird shit. And come to find out, all that shit was false. There's pictures that show, there's video that shows Wilder working out. And then unbeknownst to Mark Breeland, everybody who are now trying to be the so-called Mark Breeland saviors were calling for him to be let go. and they was asking Wilder to bring in people like Floyd Mayweather or George Foreman. But they don't remember that shit though. They all of a sudden have amnesia and don't remember that shit that they were saying about Mark Breeland. But Mark Breeland, despite the fact of him having 5 Golden Gloves, 2 WBA championship runs, and a gold medal in the Olympics, basically admitted that he couldn't do shit with Wilder and that Wilder achieved all of his greatness, 42 fucking knockouts by himself. Let that sink in. Mark Breeland basically confirmed that Deontay Wilder built him fucking self. And if you ain't impressed by that shit, I don't know what's wrong with you. A 5-time Golden Glove boxer had one of the most impressive amateur careers, 110-1. And he avenged that one loss. 2 WBA World Championship reigns. A gold medalist in the Olympics. Said that he could not train Deontay Wilder, who then went into the ring at 19 years old, won a bronze medal in the Olympics, and have 42 fucking knockouts, 10 title defenses, a 5-year championship reign. And you want me to be disappointed in Wilder? Fuck you. In the most disrespectful manner, pause, disrespectful manner at all times. And then out of all people in the world, you had all these channels on YouTube you could have went and did an interview with. You chose to go to Spencer Fearon, who is affiliated with MTK Global. You decided to go over there after the fact of them dropping the BBC dropping a documentary showing that Daniel Kinahan is the fucking mob boss of this generation. There's all kinds of videos that's out. That's non-debatable. He goes straight over there to MTK Global, Spencer Fearon. If I'm not mistaken, has a godchild with Daniel Kinahan. But he goes over there. Him and Kunde sit there and have a ball washing competition to see who can get the left ball and who can get the right ball. And you over here shitting on Wilder's whole career. Not only doing that, you're making yourself look like a plumb fool out here. Talking about this man's talent, talking about this man's skill, but just basically making all the hardcore boxing fans look at Deontay Wilder as if he did all of this shit by himself with a 5-time, I'm gonna make y'all hear this shit, 5-time Golden Glove, 2-time WBA champion, gold medalist in the Olympics, gold medal in the Olympics. And Wilder only had a dream and a sick baby that he wanted to take care of to make sure she got the best care. So this man went from a Budweiser truck to being a bronze medalist in the Olympics. And Mark Breeland wants to take the shine because he was envious. See, most of these motherfuckers, what they don't know is they don't listen. They don't listen to the people who were there with him behind the scenes, who said that Mark Breeland acted like he was upset after the first fight, that he acted like a plum bitch after the first fight, after he had all his emotions on his sleeves after the first fight. These are facts. This is on video. So he goes out and go on a smear campaign of Deontay Wilder. Now all of a sudden, now Spencer Fearon and them set him up. And we're supposed to, oh, it's okay, man. We know you just went out here and you was just mad and stuff or whatever. You just went out here and said what you said and yada yada. No, motherfucker, you said what the fuck you said. When those words leave your mouth, you can't take them back. Now, that only solidifies what Wilder said before. He was the one that kept you on board when everybody else around you, who are now your so-called fans, Mark Breeland, were telling Wilder to get rid of you because he outgrew you. Wilder was.
Yes, indeed.
Motherfuckers.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Salute to my brother, Monty Brown TV, then slid up in this thing. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, salute to you, big dog. You feel me? You know I call you the ambassador of this shit. Salute to my brother BFTB, Ill Will, Stormy B, and Cadillac Red. What's going on, bros?
Man, you got it, man. You got it. Tell the people how they can follow you, bro.
Right here on Monty Brown TV. Go on over there and hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at Monty the Writer. We do good work over there as well.
Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna let the world in on the secret. Monty Brown TV is like my my solid nigga correspondent. So when I hear shit and I be like trying to figure out if the shit was solid or not solid or whatever, I go to listen to hear what you got to say on that motherfucker. You feel me?
Sir.
Give me your thoughts on Mark Breeland, man, in that interview over there that he did with the over with Tunde and Spencer Furin, bro. Give me your thoughts.
Man, look, no disrespect to Mark Breeland or nothing like that. It was just, you know, it was a weird situation to me. You know what I mean? Just looking at him over there. First of all, you know, they got him over there to clear the UK. They got him over there to clear Tyson Fury. That was their whole agenda. They really didn't give a fuck about him and the water situation. You feel me? Now, credit Spencer Fury was a fighter. Tunde, he trained Anthony Yard. So Mark Breeland is somebody. You feel me? He's one of the greatest Olympians of all time. He's a 2-time world champion, so he is somebody. So I understand them having him on the show is a big thing, and they gonna have fun with the man because you still got to give an interview at the same time. And you got people over there that don't know him, right? So it was okay, but it's when they got to asking the questions. You know what I mean? It's when they got to asking the questions and when they got the Wilder, because that's what they was heading to get the Wilder. And he knew they brought you over there for Wilder. That was the hottest thing. And you said something, JTT, last time that I don't know if a lot of people picked up on. You know, it's a new age now. And Mark Breeland ain't one of them fighters that stood out. You feel me? He's not out here like a Sugar Ray Leonard or a Sugar Ray Robinson. Like his name don't get talked about like that. You know, so people really know him as being Wilder trainer. They won't even know his history. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody say some shit about it, unless you're a hardcore fan. So when you see that shit and he go over there and they ask him these questions, right? When they get to Wilder, it's like everything they ask about Wilder, and when he get the shit on Wilder and things like that, they just so happy, joy. You know what I mean? And when they trying to say, oh, they trying to be unbiased, but we all know the truth. That's why when they asked him about the water bottle, he just blew it off. They didn't ask again, but they pressured about, you know, him going up against Fury and how he came out, oh, Wilder career is over here, never beat Fury. You know, they was enjoying it. And not only that, the chat, you know, I watch everything, even the chat, the way they was talking, they was engaging with the chat and they was loving it. So that's why I was when Tunde came over here in the American media and we got on his ass, he wasn't liking that shit. But when you was over on your side of town, right, well, he was still on the side of town, but when it was your people's, because you came out your own mouth, Tunde, and said that you was biased for your people. That's why I wanted Black to touch his ass on that, because he already said how he biased for for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. So anything to clear Tyson Fury name to them and to clear the UK, because they don't want to look like no fool cheaters, and they know the truth. But you know what I'm saying, if it get out there, it's still following them as well, because they've been pushing for Fury so hard, and they pushing for the UK, and for Fury to come out, if the news come out that he is a cheater, then that's on the whole entire UK as well, and it's on them, and they don't want that feeling. They don't want that feeling of, oh man, I supposed to be heavyweight champion, the biggest thing of the world is a big ass cheater, because that's gonna be on your record for the rest of your life, and that's a stain on the UK. So they're gonna do everything they could to try to clear that man's name. So that's why they got Mark Breeland over there, and they you know, tried to get him to clear Fury name. That was their whole job. Their whole job. That's why when he said what he said about Anthony Joshua, they was, oh man, you know, you seen people in the chat getting at him, talking shit, and they was pushing. But we do think Anthony Joshua have a job. You know, I don't agree with him on that. You know, he's talking about my man Joshua and this and that. So they whole agenda was to get him over there, JTT, to clear Tyson Fury name, bro. That's what their job. That was their agenda, and they feel like they succeeded. They feel like they succeeded by Mark Breeland going over there saying he'll never beat Tyson Fury. You know, his career is over. Just a slander, because that was the time for him to stand up and put it out there and you know, show them that he didn't do the shit. All the allegations put on him, he could have put himself in a good position, but he didn't do that. He went on a Wilder smear campaign, and he went on smearing even Floyd Mayweather. So you over there shitting on Floyd and you shitting on Wilder, and it didn't look too good. It just showed your character. When we look at it, it just shows you got a hater mentality. Because if you're that age and you like, man, listen, I'm not worrying about what you're talking about. You even went too far to say that his career won shit. Like, oh, they landed him up right with who he fought, and you could have beat him. But you made history with that man. Y'all went on 10. I mean, y'all got 10 title defenses. You reigned for 5 years straight. And Wilder is a Hall of Fame if he retired right now. And you was a part of that, Mark Breeland. You was a part of it, whether we like it or not, whether Wilder like it or not. You part of that history. That man going into the Hall of Fame, and you part of that history. But you would tear that shit down to turn down Deontay Wilder. When all you had to do, you know, was defend yourself from the allegation. I never did nothing to the man, Wilder. You know, Wilder, he did this. Even if you want to say, He can't take the L, man. But me putting that in his water is bullshit. It's not this, my integrity is that. But you went over there on the smearing campaign, and it didn't look good for you. So it backfired on him both ways, and that's why he had to come out and write that fucking letter and try to defend himself on what he was saying. Because when he went back, he knew he fucked up, bro. He knew he fucked up. But overall, it was just a bad look on Mark Breeland. Spencer First and the team, they got what they wanted to clear the UK. But, we don't go for that shit, so we going to stay on their necks.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man, excuse me. My brother Supreme Beast Boxing, man. Same exact question, man. Give me your thoughts on the Mark Breeland interview, man, and the whole scenario.
Well, shit, well, Mark Breeland, man, this is what you get when you run around fucking with the ops. You know what I'm saying? The ops will get you hemmed up like that real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know that they don't, to me, from what I see, most of them dudes from the UK not black first. They UK first, then they black. So they'll shit on your black ass real quick. And Mark Breeland just learned that the motherfucking hard way. More importantly, he got himself involved in some dope boy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? All that MTK Global shit, man, that's all dope boy shit, man. And if you ain't hip to the game, if you ain't live that type of lifestyle, man, you need not to be fucking with them, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's dope boy. They out there getting it. You know what I'm saying? They living like Wild Wild West rules, you know what I'm saying? Project rules and shit. I mean, most hood dudes could see that from a mile away, but they don't see that, man. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes on the payroll. They do whatever motherfucking Trigger Man Callahan say. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he tell them to do, they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a part of that. And to me, that's the biggest story. Fuck a Breeland. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the dude that got the bodies on his belt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. You want me? Okay.
No. I don't want you to talk about Callahan and them yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave that. I mean, I'm just saying that's the biggest story to me. You know what I'm saying? Breeland, you just a puppet, man. You know what I'm saying? You got played, man. You played yourself, real talk, by going over there talking to the ops. But you got played, man. They was going, and I bet you got paid good, real good for that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Dope money. Go ahead, Joe. You go ahead and take it far. Go ahead and run off with it, man.
My brother, I'm cutting the Stormy. My brother Stormy B, man. Same exact question, man. Give me your thoughts on Mark Breeland's his interview and the whole scenario in that situation. You're on mute, bro.
Sorry about that. First of all, it was a lack of a lapse in judgment by him to even consider going over there unless he was showing his true allegiance and his compliance in everything that went down. It's not a good look, as the other brothers have said already. I can't go back and say that any better. But what it means for him now is that he is pretty much thrown his career away. Now, are they going to be willing to take him in and provide him with employment or something? I'm not certain. But with, excuse me, what he has put on display is the ultimate in the lack of decorum in the profession of boxing. As a trainer, you have access to the most intimate and private of matters with a fighter. Discretion is significant. It's important. Not only is discretion important and significant, what happens with that in building relationships is about trust. On every waking turn, it looks like Breeland has broken trust and consideration with the Wilder camp. And for him to even come out with the allegations of not training properly, hitting the bag, doing road work, jumping rope, all of that, he looks like an utter fool. which is why I said that going forward, his career is pretty much in the toilet. But choosing to go over there and talk to, as Calagre said, the ops, he just ruined himself. He could have had an interview over here, but he's actually showing where his allegiance is. And therefore, this means far more of what his role is. Remember, after the first fight, when the final bell for the 12th round ended and before they got the judges' scorecards together and everything, he was seen leaving the corner. He left the corner. He wasn't up in the ring with Wilder and helping to take his gloves off or giving him water or washing him down, whatever. He walked away. So the remarks about he'll never beat Fury and all of that, yeah, you could take it as like, oh, he's being spiteful because he was terminated. No. That sounds more like something more sinister and more personal, simply based on everything that we've had to gather regarding this situation. This man did not take care of the champ. And as it was also alluded to by the brothers spoke before me, the ill will. He accomplished so much more without Breeland's assistance. It's almost like, what the hell was he there for? Deontay Wilder is a prodigy. He came into the sport with not the experience that most fighters get, coming from youthful age, having amateur background, and then go forward and whatnot. This man came in under the most sincere auspices, which was to find a means of taking care of his child. And he was willing to do what he had to do. It just turned out that what he was able to do, he did it very well. And the powers that be don't like that when they've trained people up, taught them how to do things, and here you see a protege cut what they do down in half means. What that really means is God, regardless of whether there's people out there that believe in God or not, but God puts people in certain circumstances to move others. And that's what Deontay Wilder has done. He has a manner of which there's something of strength there. I've also said his story, the story, but he's still being elevated all the time because of, look at the circumstances surrounding him. And it had to be a joint effort of people conspiring against him to make him have a setback. And he still stands. If that's not God being in you, then I don't know what is. Because you could stand forward in your truth and the world could be against you, but the seas will still part when the true spirit is with you. So it's like this man, meaning Breeland, has destroyed anything positive that he could have had going on. He might as well just go somewhere and sit down and stay out of public view or whatever, because at the end of the day, when this finished playing out, he's going to be a part of something that was detrimental, not just to the sport, but to his own personal life and legacy. And that's disgrace.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, I watch this, y'all. My brother, one LVZ. I got a quick question for you, bro, on the sidebar. Give me your thoughts on Canelo Alvarez, man, and where he's at in his career and what just give me your thoughts on Canelo Alvarez, bro.
Bruh, El Ducko. My man El Ducko. He's at that status where I can cherry pick every fighter as long as he ain't a good Mexican or black man. I'm fighting nothing but European bums and I'm beating them down. Who you got over there in Britain? He's coming to get you. Are you in Czechoslovakia? Canelo's on his way. You're going to have tacos and right hooks. Is it a guy in Canelo's coming to get you? Now, if it's a black guy right there in his hometown, now you ain't got nothing to worry about. You will never get the fight. But if you are a European dumb, Canelo's coming to get you. So what I like to call Canelo is like the 1944 U.S. I mean, he's going on a European tour, just cleaning up all types of Euro trash. That's what I think about Canelo. I think if you pay per view to watch, it's only two types of people to per view watch Canelo. It's either 9 of y'all riding in a Toyota Tacoma on y'all way to work, and 5 of y'all named Hector, or you live in a country with the last name Stan. That's what I think of Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, I had to get that in. I ain't heard him talk about Canelo in a little bit of time. I'm gonna come back to Cadillac, man. So we've seen the B2 the B2C documentary. We know what's going on, or the things that have been taking place with regard to the European boxing scene and what's now turning into the global boxing scene. I want to hear your thoughts, man, on the situation top to bottom, man, my brother Cadillac, and then let me go and get out your way.
All right, man. So to me, right, I look at it in layers, right? The easy way out would be to say, man, can you imagine if Al Heyman was on that shit, how they'd try to be on that bullshit with us? That's real easy, right? But now I jump on the Mexican community. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if Canelo was fucking with Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Would he be powerful right now? Or would they run his ass out just like they ran and got Chapo ass up out of here too? You know what I'm saying? But when it come to them over there, it seems to go under the radar. And I think it's under the radar because they not over here yet. They've been dibbling and dabbling, but they ain't real deep. But I don't know, man. Being Trigger Man, Dope Man, Kennedy, you know what I'm saying? With all the pieces moving, and you got everybody in check over there, I think he's in the same fashion, in the same boat as Eddie Hearn and getting that motherfucking American reality check. Like that shit don't work over here. You can have people on your payroll, but it's legitimate boxing fans that's gonna call out bullshit when they see it. Every time. It don't matter if you're putting dope money up. You know what I'm saying? Every time. So you could try to get, you know what I'm saying, Moly Mo, you know what I'm saying, trying to send all kind of messages to bitches and shit saying that write articles or whatever, we'll put you on the payroll type shit. You could do all that. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You done something that's you put a magnifying glass on your ass by setting that Wilder fight up. Because that was dope money. I was running around this whole time after the fight like, yo, that's some racist ass piece of shit. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Nah, that's dope money that's keeping that shit on the hush. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing else but that. You know what I'm saying? I know racism hush, and I know dope money hush. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers got their feet up, eating good over there. And like I said, it's the Trigger Man that's pointing the finger and making moves over there. And over there is cool. But when you bring that shit over here eventually, yeah, Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, Billy Ho, they're gonna get hit with the Rico, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something nasty when it comes. You know what I'm saying? Because that everybody know what you're doing, and they trying to turn a blind eye because there's no regulation on the sport. There's no like central regulation, so you can run off. But what you fail to realize is the government gonna get mad that they ain't getting a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get mad that you're moving off dope money and everybody else paying taxes, man. They're gonna come after you. It's gonna get serious. And then we'll really see. You know what I'm saying? We'll really see what everybody, because like I said, you got Tyson Fury, you want to be the head guy. And I want to point out what you said earlier, Junior, that Lomachenko got pushed, but he didn't get pushed. He was fighting on the zone and everywhere else because Bob Arum broke. But Fury got pushed because it's dope money. And it's a little bit different. How you think Billy Ho able to keep the belt and be all on this bullshit? Motherfucker just got. How you get suspended for talking about whipping bitches' ass and you still the champ?
Fact.
Dope money. Dope money. That's the only thing I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no love. It ain't no country love or none of that shit. Yeah, we gonna turn up. Nah, it's dope money. That whole UK boil up, you know what I'm saying, to try to, yeah, we coming over there with the, nah, that wasn't love for the sport. Y'all don't give a fuck about the sport over there like that. That's Canahan motherfucking feeding people. I seen the in the interview, they say, yo, Frampton said he signed with them and he ain't even had to pay no fees. Fuck it, we do it off the muscle. Why is that? Dope money. So, you know, with all that, it's going to be a paper trail, man. I'm going to sit back and watch the fireworks fly, you know what I'm saying? Because when they come down, when they go get Callahan, guess what, Junior? It's going to be my favorite type of violence. What is it going to be?
White on white, boy.
Believe that. You know
white on white, boy. God. Man. White on white. Man. My brother, I am Will. Before you go, hold on 1 second. To the 74, the pugilist specialist in the super chat, man. He says Breeland is unemployable at this point. Damn. Salute to Mr. Sheldon in the super chat. He says, woo! He hit him with that nature boy. Woo! LDBC strong. Salute, family. Yes, indeed. Salute to my brother, Rob Walker, man. The Ohio Thoroughbred coming through on the Cash App, man. One time for the fun time. We really, truly, genuinely appreciate you. Damn, another one just came through. Salute to the homie, the family, Tony Rome, man, coming through over on the Cash App, man. He didn't say nothing. Rob Walker came through and he just said, salute, fellas, and chat. Salute to my family. Salute to the Queen Tay Brown in there. I see you in there, Tay. Yes, indeed. All right, my brother Ill Will. So we got we seen the documentary from B Squared C, and we know what's going on now with the landscape of European boxing, in particular MTK Global. Give me your thoughts, man, on that documentary and the status of MTK Global, man, in the sport of boxing.
Dope, man. Yes, me. All the dope money in the world all up in boxing. And they're using Bob Arum as a Trojan horse to get in the U.S. market, and everybody sees that shit now. Now, the UK market, on the other hand, are already in the pocket of Daniel Killer Hand Job. So there's that. And then you have Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, you have Fish Eyes. I'm pretty sure Golden Boy ain't too far away from being in the pocket of Daniel Kinahan. So, you know, that it only goes to show you, if you got a lot of money, you can influence what you want in boxing, which is the reason why Daniel Kinahan was successful in negotiating some title fights and pulling fights from Mr. McGuigan's gym, which sucks, by the way, because this man invested time into these fighters only for this drug head to come in and pull up and snatch up some of his fighters from his gym. Overseas boxing is shit right now. It's tied up in dope money. That's all they doing. That's all they have over there. But imagine if there was black fighters that was hooked up with somebody like Big Meech or somebody that's a freeway. Imagine if that was happening, or imagine if Mexican fighters were linked in with El Chapo. Imagine what the press will be saying then. Because right now the press isn't saying shit. They ain't gonna say shit. Because white is right, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do over here. And we're not gonna talk about white people. We're gonna talk about these darkies over here that's over here telling everybody Black Lives Matter. But at the same time, they come over here and they don't see us selling our dopes and our drugs and stuff and sleeping with our sisters and shooting people up at press conferences and shit. That's what we do. We don't give a fuck. So fuck you, coloreds. And we're going to continue to forget all you blackens out here, and despite the fact that Daniel Kinahan has more dope than a Rick Ross video, we don't give a good fuck. That's right. Because white is right. Because that's how they see things over there. And you know what? These colored people, they get on my nerves here. I see you got a lot of colored people in your chat right now. But white is right. So we don't have to worry about Mr. Kinahan. And Mr. Kinahan can do whatever he wants over there because he's white, and that's right. That's all I got to say about that, Mr. Junior, sir.
This motherfucker crazy, man. Be sure to go subscribe to my brother I Am Ill Will, man. Be sure to go do that. My brother Stormy B, man, same exact question, man. Give me your thoughts on the documentary, man, and the MTK Global scandal that's taking place within the sport of boxing, bro. You on mute, bro.
Man, all I could say is, wow. You know, I watched it, and I'm still deciphering what I took in. Dude, this is like they brought the streets to boxing, the real streets. And you have to wonder how deep the rabbit hole really goes, because nobody over here, as far as network, is talking about it. But these people are making a power play on the sport of boxing, probably like something we haven't seen before. And if they don't get out ahead of this to acknowledge what's transpiring and head it off at the pass, if it gets over here stateside, boxing is done. Boxing as we've known it is done. But there really seems to be some type of alternative nefarious plot here in doing this. And I think Eddie Hearn is involved. I think that a great deal of the sport has been compromised. If you remember when Hearn came over here initially, right, he was talking that transatlantic conversation and whatnot, and everybody knows that that's disrespectful. But look at the rhetoric that he chose at that time and the way it was received. Of course, there was backlash and whatnot, but was he a distraction? You know how you blind them with the jab, but you waiting to see what the big punch is going to be, whether it's a hook off the jab or if it's a right hand right down the pipe. I think they're planning for that big right hand. Now, what happened with Wilder and Fury, their fight, the rematch, I think a great deal of that is tied up into this. I'm very concerned. People need to watch that documentary. They need to watch it and allow yourself to see exactly the harshness of and the reality, which is why you could see certain guys over there, as far as their media people, why they act like they act, they speak like they speak and everything. Because, you know, you want to talk about national pride, right? But that's one thing. But there's nothing about national pride here. There's a systematic form of control there. And if you don't play ball, that could be it for you. It's like, I'm serious. This is like really, really serious. And the jury's still out. Like I said, I'm still deciphering what I was able to witness and when I watched it, and I have to watch it again. But this should be monitored very closely, Junior and brothers on the panel. This is not for play here. This is for real. It's for real. I remember being on Drew Titan's show a few Sundays ago, and a guy in the chat wrote that Tay and Drew were going to be missing like Hoffa. Okay. But the person that wrote that in the chat, the name was Tyson Fury. It could have been the real Tyson Fury. We don't know. But that's a pretty strong remark to make there, right? In the midst of a conversation that we were having, and it had nothing to do with this. It had nothing to do. We were just talking about more of the subject regarding how cheating may have taken place. And this person kept writing certain things in the chat, and then boom, that remark popped up. And I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? So it's not to be played with at all. You know, we mentioned earlier, talking about myself, been around a while, and it's like you're hearing me say, I haven't seen anything like this to this extent in the sport of boxing. And there were lots of rumors of Don King, but this right here is a whole different thing, man. And I think that people should pay attention and educate themselves as much as possible. And you may find yourself having to fight for your beloved the sport of boxing when it comes to the American fighters, as well as the matches that are made on U.S. soil. So that you know, that's to the extent. And I'm trying to be careful in my speak, because it's like there are some things that are settled and there are some things unsettled, and there are some things that are speculative. But just educate yourself and be more informed and be ready. So that's what I have to offer on that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, it's man. I ain't never seen no shit like this, man. My brother LVZ, man. Give me your thoughts, man. And have you seen the BCC documentary? And give me your thoughts on what's going on over there if you have.
I haven't. I've been saying people type stuff about that. I've been hearing my brother talk about the dope man Killer Callahan. He sound like a brother. Look, well, my brother talking about dope man Killer Callahan, but he know damn well Killer Callahan. He might be a connect down here in the city, bro. Let's not just knock him now. We might can use little Killer Callahan later. Now, right. I haven't heard anything about this, but based on what y'all talking, I was on the phone trying to call all my folks and see if we can get us some boxing shit going. They ain't the only ones in the game. Let's fight fire with fire. And that's all I got to say about
that. Man, this nigga crazy, man. My brother Monty Brown, man. Same exact question, man. We the gloves are off with regard to that situation, man, and that documentary and so on and so forth, man. Give me your thoughts on that, man, and give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I've actually seen it today, JTT. I watched the entire thing today and shit. But when I see, like, we know a few motherfucking Dan Killermans. They call him Killer Hand. That motherfucker named Killer Man. But I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because motherfuckers come from that part of life and seen that type of shit allegedly. But it's just when it comes to the boxing situation, it's his biggest. That's the biggest entity that he got to wash his money. You feel me? That's why he signed. He got 100 fighters signed. You feel me? And they ain't paying them a dime to manage them. But it's when the big money come in, you know, when they get that big contract, then they get his percentage out of that. But shit, if we all just paying attention, that's his biggest entity. You feel me? He washing his money through that shit. Now, when we see him with Fury and Billy Joe taking up for him, and Eddie Hearn, why he's a stand-up man, along with Fish Eyes, Frank Warren, and Bob Earn, you know, so you could tell the influence that he having. You know what I mean? You know, we know money walks, bullshit. I mean, money talks, bullshit walks. And then coming through, you know, with the big dog money. You know what I mean? So when we look at his ass, he on the investigation here. He on the investigation in Spain and in the UK. So like my man said, when the Rico come, all you motherfuckers that think y'all really, you know, down with Dan, we gonna see how close y'all with Dan when they start rounding y'all ass up and see how that shit go down. But I don't think Dan going out without a fight. I think Dan gonna be in that motherfucking mansion loaded up and ready to go. He ain't going out without a fight. You feel me? I don't see him living the rest of his life in some motherfucking prison cell. You know what I'm saying? But what the influence that he got on boxing right now, with the money, everybody go chase the money. Everybody go chase the money. Don't give a damn. You know, you up and coming and shit like that. Like what that boy said, Barry McGuigan, that motherfucker say he was on the phone with me. We had a contract signed and everything. He told me he was gonna stay. They say, what happened? He ended up going with Dan. So they still, you know what I'm saying, leaving motherfuckers. They don't care what's going down, man. So Dan put in the firm, motherfucker, just like he put in that little former that told on Tyson Fury for eating that damn, that motherfucking steroid meat. Somebody found boar meat from 1766 and shit. So then out there threatening motherfuckers and scaring people, and then people think it's so far-fetched for him to fix Fury gloves up in this damn fight and send motherfucking Jack Reese, that vacation money. You feel me, Jack? This is the most money you made in your entire career, right? Send Jack Reese that vacation money, get Fury an extra chance and shit around there. So when we just look at him, JTT, we know what the business is, bro. We know what type of motherfucker he is. We all smart enough to know what money do in his organized crime ring of boxing. You feel me? Because that's all that shit is an organized crime ring. So we all know what the money do, bro. And every motherfucker want money. You can never have enough. So he swindled his way through. He cleaned the money up. It's clean. It ain't touching them. It can't fall back on them. So they don't give a damn. You feel me? They don't give a damn. As long as it's a good business, they gonna try to keep Dan as around for as long as they could. But the power through boxing, we'll see how long it lasts when they when they start bringing his ass to court and things of that nature. So it's kind of like how they did motherfucking Murder Inc. You know what I'm saying? So it'll come full circle with his ass. We'll see how long he lasts, and if he's smart enough and big enough, to beat the federal system. If he's big enough and he's smart enough to beat the federal system, then should I applaud the motherfucker? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be no hypocrite. I ain't gonna hate on the motherfucker, but we all know some dirty and fucked up shit going on through the boxing game, and we all know what he's doing.
Facts. And I'm gonna bring everybody in for my closing comments, man. The thing about it for me, man, from my standpoint, is just what Monty Brown said, man. I don't. This is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna really truly sound crazy, and so y'all got to bear with me. I don't have a problem with my dog ain't in that fight. You feel me? As far as Kinahan and what he got going on, my dog ain't in that fight. My problem is twofold. First of all, the fuck that they put the Deontay the Brown Palmer Wilder. That's my problem. And secondly, the fact that if Daniel Callahan was Nino Brown from motherfucking Cincinnati, Ohio, this shit would be totally different, Brad. Boxing would be the feds will come in and take over the sport of boxing. You feel me? The feds would literally come in and take over the sport of boxing. The world court would come in and take over the sport of boxing. Like, this shit would just be crazy if that motherfucker was black and from Cincinnati, Ohio. Them's my only issues. Other than that, man, my dog ain't in them fights, and I don't, motherfuckers will come in and somebody might say a goofy motherfucker and say, well, how can you say that and have all that corruption in the sport of boxing? Motherfucker, boxing been corrupt. The shit was founded on corruption.
Yeah.
The shit is founded on corruption.
Them old ass Italians, what the fuck you thought they was selling bootleg liquor and paying for shit?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is wrong with you? You goddamn right. Look, I don't care nothing about no heroin ban. So if the Bama got to sell 80 million balloons for me to get Wilder 3, go sell it. But if that's the reason we don't get the Earl Spence fight, then get the heroin out the game. Other than that, I don't care about no damn heroin.
Mm-hmm. Don't care. Salute to my brother Kurt Anderson in the building. I see you. He says been corrupt since day one. Sport has been corrupt since the first day.
I got one for you, Junior. You ain't even got to be no criminal organization from Ohio. How about if you was just a black religious group? The feds will still find a way to have a white man come snatch it up from you and be world famous.
Oh, of course. Bitch, you know that. If it was Jerry Curl niggas from Southeast, they ass going down. We know that. But what we want is the fight. What all 6 of us here on this panel want. Everybody in the chat room we want the damn fights. They need to stop letting this bullshit get in the way of boxing. We ain't had a good fight to talk about in a minute. We the only ones thinking of the good fights, and we'll pay for it. They don't even need dope money.
Facts.
Yep, facts. And so that's my thing. You feel me? I don't salute to the homie 74, the pugilist specialist. He said Don King ruled boxing in the 70s, 80s, and 90s until Congress stripped his power. That was about to be my point. Free Don King. You understand what I'm saying? In the midst of all of this, free Don King. You feel me? I you know what I mean? Because you can say whatever you want to and you can do whatever you want to, and I ain't gonna go too in depth You know what I mean? Because I got my own platform, so I'll cook on this shit in the morning at the Punch Junkie Morning Show. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not doing no tripping. You feel me? My problem with all of this shit is I could give a man. I got my eyes on my own paper like the first day of school, bro. I could give a fuck less about that shit. I'm sorry to families that lost loved ones as a result of this and all that kind of stuff, man. But my dog ain't in that fight. You feel me? My problem is once again, the fuck that was put on the champ. And the actual fact that I know what would happen if this situation was involved, if Deontay Wilder got seen with Frank Lucas or Bumpy Johnson or anybody of that ilk, you know what I mean, this should be totally different.
Come on,
totally.
Louis Farrakhan. Somebody possible.
Oh yeah, that's a whole hit job.
Put somebody positive.
Strip your boss license. You know, goddamn.
Man, hey, think about it like this, man. If half the shit that Wilder did, that Fury did in that fight in Wilder Fury 2 was reversed, and it was put on Wilder having the fucked up gloves and shit, and Fury not looking right coming into the ring, and all this other weird ass shit, and punching behind the head and choke holds and all the other weird ass shit he was doing in there, we'd be having a totally different conversation. They would be stripping Wilder of every fight he ever won. They'd be throwing him in jail. They'd be trying to do everything in their power to make sure that man is never seen outside ever again, or they possibly even try to string his ass up. They'll probably have him in court with attempted murder charges. You know what I'm saying? The fuck shit is that Fury, big fat stinking gelatinous ass, can get his monkey ass in the ring and do all of this fuck shit, but everybody is questioning a man who never lied to the public ever. Deontay Wilder has the integrity of a saint. Ain't nobody caught him up in no lie. If he said he gonna fight somebody and fuck him up, he gonna fight him and fuck him up. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury got Steve S.S. Cunningham, John McDermott, he got Vladimir Klitschko, he got Christian Hammer, he got Wilder, he got all these people he done fucking cheated with gloves, taking Nandrolone and cocaine, and then I still ain't got the answer to my motherfucking question. Who the fuck gave him the medical diagnosis of being fucking a manic depressive or having bipolar disorder? Who the fuck gave him that shit? And what rehab facility did he go to kick his damn coke habit? Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, but he's the face of fucking mental health and shit. Get the fuck out of here. This fat piece of shit ain't never seen struggle. Deontay Wilder came from Alabama, bruh. Alabama, one of the most racist states you want to be at in the South. This man came up working on a beer truck, probably getting called every kind of nigga but a child of God. But then this man comes out, his daughter has a condition. He goes back and boxes to earn the right to make sure that she gets the best doctor's treatments that money can buy. But this man gets shitted on by fucking white supremacist media and shit, and these bitch ass niggas who's selling a damn jig on the internet.
Yes, indeed.
This shit is disgusting, man. And then on top of that, you got this fucking dope head, this dope dealer in the sport of boxing. I'm with you, Junior. This shit ain't my fight. But it's fucked up that they don't say shit about all of this bullshit behind Tyson Fury. It's mighty funny that he's connected to Daniel Kinahan, but yet and still ain't nobody saying shit. ESPN had a lot to say when they was coming out with that bullshit ass narrative that somehow Deontay Wilder, which they can't find on tape, said his suit was too heavy and he didn't have his leg. He was talking about he didn't feel right the whole fucking fight. He even said that in the interview with 78 Sports TV. He said the shit. He said, man, I did not feel 15 minutes before the fight. He said, I felt fine up until 15 minutes before the fight, and then I started feeling fucked up. But I ain't got no quit in my heart, so I go on out there. And then Tay comes and confirms that Wilder almost kicked him trying to get his legs together. Then this man come out wiping his eye, winning 40 fights. Have you ever seen Wilder come out there rubbing his eyes, looking sleepy and looking disoriented? You ain't gonna find no fight. I went and watched all of them. You ain't gonna fucking tell me that shit. But these weird ass goofy motherfuckers on the internet are gonna tell you that bullshit because they need views and they can't get them no other way but the damn shit on Wilder. And then they hate because Wilder show us love. These motherfuckers came out, made videos hating on us because Wilder liked and shared our posts. Shut up.
Will, you ain't even gotta worry about it, cause look, we got motherfuckers saying that Deontay, listen to this. I just want this is why I ain't even paying no attention. I said, this don't make sense. So he don't run, he don't train, he don't hit the bag, yet he's always in shape and knocking motherfuckers out. Either this motherfucker's a bulimic or you lying. Come on, man. A nigga never came in. You never, how many fights you seen Deontay Wilder look like Tyson Fury? I don't know about you. If I don't train, I just sit around. I don't do nothing. He in Alabama, bro. He eating good.
Bro, you ain't seen a fighter look in shape like Deontay Wilder since the 90s in the heavyweight division. Let's be honest. Let's be real honest.
That's a fact. And I wanted to bring you in and let you cook. Stay ready because I seen you backstage. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my bad, but it's ridiculous. And I want to say this. I know we give Big Baby Miller all the hell in the world, and that's one thing that I do myself because I don't like cheaters in the sport of boxing, especially when it comes to PEDs, because there's somebody that's putting another fighter's life in danger, whether they black, white, Mexican. I don't give a fuck. But the fact that shit happened, it's been almost 2 years since he popped, but we still giving him grief about it as a black man. But we don't talk about all these white fighters. We don't talk about Billy Joe Saunders popping dirty. We still giving fighters like that grief, black fighters. But we don't give the Mexican fighters like Margarito. They called him one time. They didn't dwell on that shit when that shit happened. We don't keep dwelling on these white fighters every time they fuck up. We don't dwell on these Mexican fighters every time they fuck up. Luis Nery popped dirty. How often we speak on that? Manny Pacquiao wouldn't take a fucking drug test because we knew he was dirty. Don't nobody speak on that. But don't nobody got a 100% effect of what the fuck was going on with Deontay Wilder, except we know this motherfucker, something was wrong. Whether it was his suit, we do know somebody probably slipped his drink, which I'm not going to make no allegations because I ain't trying to get sued. Allegedly. We know who did it, but somebody did it. Because the shit that was going on in that fight wasn't right. I knew from the moment he stepped in that ring, his legs went up under. But then we got motherfuckers like Tyson Fury sitting here fucking with a known mob boss and Danny Boy. I don't even know the mother. I can't even say the motherfucker's last name, but I'm gonna call him Danny Boy. Man, this shit is fucked up in the sport of boxing right now, man. I put this on everything I love. That's one of the reasons I didn't go live Saturday. I was gonna go live Saturday, but I didn't go live Saturday because I couldn't get the energy to sit here and come and talk about fucking boxing because of all this bullshit going on in the sport. I'm gonna do a live this Saturday because I know we got fights coming up that I'm interested in, but I'm really losing a lot of interest in this fucking sport because we got too many coon ass niggas on this fucking YouTube, and it's a lot of these motherfuckers. I be looking at them. There's a lot of you coon ass niggas that can't even follow the fucking code. How can you not support a black fighter, but you gonna say you non-biased? You ain't gonna, no, fuck that. Because I guarantee you, if I go to my Mexican homie and Canelo fighting Jamal Cholo and he from right here in Houston, guess who he rooting for? Guess who the fuck he rooting for? It's only a few of them I can go to that's gonna rock with Jamal just because he's from Houston, but the rest of them gonna rock with Canelo because they stay on code. We can't do that. We too ignorant. And the majority of them are these conscious wannabe brothers. You know, I'm conscious. Ain't no real God or ain't no slave come from Africa. It's something wrong with these motherfuckers, and they want to sit here but you can't stay on code to help defend your own brother. So we can bring that shit to other people's attention. Yeah, I got a major issue with that, man. Major issue with that.
Man, that sound like a man. It ain't nothing else left to be said, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is Junior the Truth. This has been Smoke City MobCast, man, brought to you by the LDBC. Shout out to the entire LDBC Lions Den boxing community. Be sure to visit the website, www.ldbcsports.com. Create a profile while you're over there. It's absolutely 100% free. Be sure to check out all of the family, man. Everybody that's on the panel. Salute to everybody that fell through. I'm going to spare y'all the outro music. We already, I told y'all I'm going to be trying to do this shit an hour. We got the cooking. You feel me? I only be trying to do this shit hour. You feel me? So salute to the family, man. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate y'all. Y'all be sure to go subscribe to everybody. Man, this is Junior the Truth signing off from the Smoke City MobCast, and every man who you thought we was. It's the LDBC. Free my nigga Don King.